Almost 10 years ago now, this legend on YouTube of BMX almost died. That legend should not even be able to walk right now. He should be paralyzed in a bed somewhere. This legend's name is Scotty Kramer. He was one of the BMX YouTubers I really looked up to. All right, here's some of his best clips. You could tell one of his big specialties was all these transfer lines and stuff, and doing not just transfer lines, but big tricks over the transfer lines. I strive to be able to ride like him. The only reason I thought about this line was because of him, actually. Woo! Oh, I think I just broke my tripod. All right, now around about 10 years ago, it could be more, could be less, I'm not 100%. He had this huge crash in this ditch that basically caved his head in. Here's like a little picture of it and maybe him explaining it a bit.
Today is the 4-year anniversary of the crash that changed my life forever. Back on October 12th, 2016, I went from a professional BMX rider on top of the world to someone whose worst nightmare came true. I was paralyzed, unable to move any part of my body, and if that wasn't bad enough, I had a traumatic brain injury where I had multiple brain bleeds and part of my skull had to be surgically removed to relieve pressure from my brain. It was terrible, not just for me, for my family and my friends, for the fans of my riding and the fans of my YouTube channel. First memory I had in the hospital bed after the crash. I remember my dad being at the end of the hospital bed, and he was grabbing my right hand and asking me to squeeze his hand. And I remember sitting there and looking at my hand and thinking that that wasn't my hand. The truth is, I felt like my hands were underneath the blanket and if we're making the tightest fist you could possibly make, so tight that it was painful. And I told my dad that, and I remember just seeing the defeat in his eyes after I said that to him. And I realized I was paralyzed at that point. But the truth is, I didn't panic and I didn't feel like it was over. There was something inside me that said that everything was going to be okay. I don't know why I felt that way. I don't know if it was a natural thing, or if my body knew, or if it's just who I am, but it happened. And that's where the comeback story began. It's hard to imagine being paralyzed. I used to try, but it's more than just losing the ability to move. It's also the loss of feeling, the loss of independence, and the loss of hope. There's no darker place than its defeat. Yes, you are still alive, but the life you knew is over, and that's hard to live with. Honestly, at first, I did surrender. I couldn't move anything from the neck down for weeks. But one night, I tried to move my foot, and it actually moved. It was the slightest bit, but that's all I needed to show me that there is a chance. And that night, the challenge was accepted.
After that kind of thing, most people would just be in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives. But him, because of the determination and the strength he had from just so many years of BMX and doing these insane lines, insane tricks, it kind of made it to where he was able to build back up and even walk again and even ride his bike again. He clearly still struggles to move around. He's not quite as strong as he used to be. I don't think he has any feeling in his feet, so that's why he rides basically clips on everything. Because if he was pedaling, his feet would kind of end up coming off the bike. He wouldn't be able to feel it, so you just tip over and fall off. I remember seeing videos of him learning how to walk again, and he was basically using kind of this method of like how you would learn how to do a trick on a bike. He was using that to learn how to walk again. It was crazy. Now he's kind of passed the torch on to his brother, and he's always doing YouTube videos with his brother now. Matty Kramer, who I've actually met. Matty Kramer, such a nice guy. Super good at riding. He'll just send stuff. It really sucks because Scotty Kramer doesn't quite get as many views as he used to on all his videos, but you can tell his community is just so strong. The reason I decided to do a video about Scotty Kramer is I just recently saw a video of him jumping a stair set for the first time since his crash. He's just such an inspiring guy. I don't know what it is about him, he just is. I think it's the amount of determination he has just to keep going, you know, and keep getting better at everything he does. You can tell everyone in his community is just so kind and so passionate about riding bikes and just want him to keep getting better at what he does. I do want to know, how many of you guys have heard of Scotty Kramer before? I want to see how much of my community has heard of him, so let me know in the comments. All right, I want some speed right now. Let's do this. Woo! Here we go, down the hill. Oh, I can't pedal any faster than that. All right. Woo! Let's go. Woo! Pretty sure I'm breaking the speed limit right now. So fast. It's kind of cool now because Scotty Kramer's brother, Matty Kramer, will go out there and just record videos with him and stuff. Scotty Kramer will be on the camera and Matty Kramer will be on the bike, and they'll just send stuff for him. And they've done a bunch of different stuff, from like challenges to
Oh, he scraped his head. Oh, it's literally
testing out cameras. They actually one time taught some younger riders how to backflip.
I'm not kidding. I believe 100% that you have this. After watching your pumps, you're perfect. And here we go, Brandon Barner committing on his first try. Yo!
Now, Scotty Kramer has actually been hosting the X Games. I think it's been the last 2 years, maybe 3 now. But he's hosted and he just talks behind the camera, basically talks about all the tricks that they're doing, and it's just awesome. You can tell he just loves it so much. He was actually one of the people hosting when Ryan Williams did the Flare 900, which was just insane.
So good at air awareness and seeing where he is in the rotation. So that was just a learn right here. So here's the trick. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
That foot never, I don't think that foot tapped the concrete. It slipped off the pedal. We'll have to see the replay, but I don't think he touched.
I need to see the replay of this one. We need to break down the rotation right here. But man, that was epic. All right, so you can see him. Yeah, he's upside down. So that's a Flare 900. That's a Flare 900 because I was...
Woo! All right, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.